thing Maria McCoy was never going to do is to perform enthusiasm for anything that she wasn't feeling. How did I know Maria? I somehow landed in her innermost circle of friends, a tiny tribe of no-holds-barred homies who convened in a safe space group chat where no cows were sacred, relating to anyone and anything that did not live up to our individual or collective understanding of excellence. The running joke was that if one of us were to ever die, the rest of us had to make sure to scrub the evidence of the slander that happened in that chat. The haters was literally what we called ourselves, in deprecation of us, but also of the youth of today, for whom Maria thought good old-fashioned critical thinking was a dying art. And yes, Maria, the consummate hater, was our ringleader. I'm the only one in that circle who absolutely loves R&B. Maria loads. Especially that kind of like slow singing Metro FM stuff. Like she would kill me now. When she heard that music. She would never know it from some of the work that she's done. In 2015, we worked together on a tour with Babyface and Tony Braxton here in South Africa. A 3-city tour where I was the hired help. And to be honest, when I think back, I don't think I did that much work except maybe like write the press release and then just fangirl my way across South Africa with my favorite singer-songwriters of all time. She did the heavy lifting, you know, allocating the wristbands, pointing photographers where to go, fielding, press demands, all of that kind of stuff. The audience had a time. And Babyface was just so overcome with the energy that he was getting from them, he thought it would be a good idea to touch hands with them. It was not. It was 11,000 people that just kind of thrust forward, absolutely exhilarated at the chance to have a close encounter with Babyface, who sprinted across Moses Mabhida and floundered his way to safety on the stage, while me and Maria screamed, "Run, Babyface, run!" And as tends to happen with international concerts in South Africa, that tour didn't make any money. In fact, it lost money to the effect that it wasn't able to pay most of its vendors, including Maria. But you know what she did? I'm sure you can guess. I was a freelancer at the time, living in LA, figuring it out, invoice to invoice, trying to get a blog off the ground. And so she made my situation her priority. She paid me even though she didn't have a penny herself, and she insisted on paying everything in full. The very next time we would buddy up together and work on something was 11 years later, here in downtown Johannesburg, specifically at the Market Theatre, where she curated an extraordinary tribute to Brenda Fassie on behalf of Spotify, one of her favorite celebrity friends and a national treasure, just like Maria. I always wondered how many of her loved ones had this conversation with her, but Maria longed so much to have children of her own, which to me, I thought it was a simple solo. I'm like, have them kids, Maria, you know, there's options. But No, it wasn't an option for her, not with the state of the dating pool in Johannesburg. Maria wanted a fully present, stylish, caring, smart, heritage-conscious husband with the offspring, or nothing at all. She was so all or nothing in that way. She would never ever settle for just half of her dream. For me, Maria actually turned the concept of parenthood or parenting on its head. How we actually met was when we both worked at the campus radio station for Rhodes University. So I was a freshman there, and I think she was doing her honors year. And you know, without even knowing me, to hear her tell it, she would always say, "You guys have to listen to," this is embarrassing, this was my DJ, "you have to listen to Finally Being's show." And I was like, you know, mind you, I did play a lot of R&B music, but it didn't matter to her. In the end, I all but flunked out from Rhodes. Most of what I had to show for my time there was what I mastered on the ones and twos. So, my colonial era, Ugandan immigrant professor father despaired. Did I pay all that money for you to be a disco joker? As far as he was concerned, I was never rescuing the family from generational poverty. Not to Maria, not to Tuli, not to Dino. My first job post-uni was at Blackridge on a 6,000 Rand a month salary. I learned on the job how to write and research scripts for music, television, for radio. Work I never studied and had no academic framework for. And watching her move in the world, watching her move in the world, I acquired an enduring empathy for the artist and an understanding of why their context matters. Culture and storytelling has remained the through line for everything I did, even post Blackridge, when I was editing Y Magazine, when I was co-founding my own pop African culture blog, when I eventually moved into the streaming world at Apple Music, at Spotify. Those have been consistent things. And none of these were career steps that I premeditated. Thanks to a mentor who is as LinkedIn opposed as I am. If you wanted to follow what Maria was up to, you know that dotted line on the Instagram stories, that never-ending one. That's what the stories always look like. You could just spend the entire day kind of going through everything that she was doing, reading, listening to, promoting. She didn't hire me because I had the right credentials. She hired me because she had already decided what I was capable of. Maria and I last texted each other this past Mother's Day. It was an unusually earnest exchange, so not haterish at all. I was so proud of finally making my worn-out dining chairs presentable. I sent her pictures of the 5 wooden mid-century chairs now covered in cloth from East Africa. Not different from what she does when she repurposes wax prints, kitenge, kente, for the jackets, the sneakers, the skirts that I'm seeing all of you wear in her honor today. I see anyway, you're my style mother, I said to her on this text, to which she replied, "My dear, you have overtaken me. Never I replied, "You're the one who taught me how to embrace color and fabric and texture. Nobody in my bloodline does things like this." And I reminded her that the Ugandan Kikoi fabric dressing my dining chair was the exact same one she used to teach me how to tie a head wrap, to wear red lipstick at the time, to always have rings and earrings, to never take shit from men. It was a full circle moment that exceeded anything a resume can convey. Happy Star Mother's Day. I'm feeling so grateful for you. 2 days later, Maria Louise lost. But not without imparting these lessons. That this creative life doesn't